So my friend came to me a while back and she told me that she started surfing and she has this idea that she wants to make. I have a surfboard custom made and then she's going to bring it to me and I'll paint it. And I said, sure. Honestly, many people come to me with ideas and very few of them actually realize. So I kind of forgot about the idea, and then last weekend, it was the same weekend that we were going to have my baby girl's first birthday party. My friend tells me she got the surfboard and she's on her way, and yeah, she'd like us to paint it. So I was quite excited, but the timing wasn't great. My mind was kind of on balloons and cakes and all sorts of other arrangements. So I told her that she's just going to have to drop the thing here and I'll let her know when it's done. Long story short, I couldn't leave the thing alone. So the first night that she arrived, we had dinner and we thought that we were going to do it later in the week. And when we finished clearing the table, when I put down the last plate, I was like, you guys, I have to go see I just want to see what the surfboard looks like. And so we opened it and I saw what it looks like, and then I just had to feel what it felt like. And I felt it, and it feels much different to a canvas, and then I just had to feel what it's going to feel like to paint on it. Is it polystyrene? Oh, no, it's not polystyrene. No. There's pretend I didn't say that.
I'm sure we
some
can
sort of
Google
foam. Initially, I actually thought we were just going to do one side, and then casually she dropped that she wanted a landscape on the one side and portraits on the other, and I was like, oh, we're doing both. But anyway, that allowed me to do two ideas, so I didn't have to pick, which I'm also kind of thankful for, because on the first side we ended up going with two faces that kind of just really balance each other out nicely on the surfboard, because they come from the polar sides, and like in life, they offer their own perspective and just kind of creates a nice full picture. Yeah, so I started sketching in paint. I mentioned in the other video that I haven't been sketching in paint for very long. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, but I feel like it really adds something to the final product, because you can leave the sketch lines visible and they're permanent. They're not like I used to sketch in chalk, where if you use chalk, they do create an effect that's still quite nice in the final painting. It was quite a challenge, and I should have known this, but I didn't really think it through. Is the surfboard isn't flat like a canvas. So on a canvas you can get like a nice and long flat stroke on the same plane, but with the curves of the surfboard you have to kind of adjust your wrist as the surfboard curves. So that was a different experience than what I'm used to. Oh, and the surfboard couldn't be mounted on my easel. I didn't have a place that I could mount it and work at eye level, so that was also quite a challenge. I'd been hunching over and leaning over and working on the floor, but I kind of actually appreciate the bit of change of pace. I never used to like routine much, so even just that breaking away from the normal routine was good. The next day we did the background prep for Cape Town. I think I kind of had a missed opportunity with the background prep for the faces, because I did this whole ombre thing, but then I ended up painting over most of the ombre, so you really didn't get that effect coming through in the final image. But with the Cape Town and the back of the surfboard, I did the same thing where I had like a light background on the one end and going darker to the other end. And I feel like that really translated well into the final image. Perhaps because most of the surfboard on that side is actually filled with dots. Like you get, I don't know, it reminds me of a pointillism, I don't know what you call the movement, but yeah, it reminds me of that effect where you just fill the whole artwork with dots and then eventually it forms a picture. So long story short, I left much more of the background in the cityscape side of the surfboard than the other side. Looking forward to see what the final product will look like.
Okay bro, we are headed to Lyndon's workshop to go pick up my brand new Miss board today. Woo!
After the surfboard crafter, artist, master, I don't really know what you call those people, but the guy who makes the surfboards, after he's done the glass layer, because usually on my paintings you have this matte finish. It's not a very shiny final product, and it's also very coarse. So this is going to be the opposite of what I'm used to seeing my paintings in. It's going to be very smooth and very shiny. And I think it's just going to turn it into a whole new thing. So I'm excited to see that.
So
must be nice.
I grew up with an older brother who used to look after me and took me surfing. Him and his friends used to buy big old surfboards and strip the fiberglass off, and then reshape the foam in the backyard and then laminate them at home in the garage.
That's so cool.
That's pretty much where my passion came from. Started surfing when I was 4.
I'm also very happy with the final product. I was a bit nervous because I feel like my friend had already invested quite a lot in having this really special surfboard made. I just really look forward to spend the day with my kids and my family on the beach with the surfboard. I think it's going to be so weird to see the artwork on the beach. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that.